Hello, everyone. My name is Candace, also known as Candace Magnificent. My pronouns are they, she.
Hi, hello, hey everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet.
What's up? I'm Dylan or Super Dylan. My pronouns are he, she, and they.
Beautiful wonderful people. Hi, how's it going? My name is Robin, the artist formerly known as Matt. On all things, my pronouns are they, he.
Hi, I'm Serenity, click clack snack all over the internet. I go by she, they, any pronouns.
And I'm Matt, pronouns he, him.
And welcome back to All In for Estia. You hand Domino your phone.
Yeah.
And scrolling through, you can see a number of contacts, all updating how much they are willing to pay to Saya to recover Atlas and dispose of you.
I'm gonna tuck it inside my shirt pocket. There's a lot of snipers, guns going off. This isn't safe. Got a barrel full of resources, really coveted around here. We gotta go. We're gonna talk, but we gotta go. I'm keeping this if it wasn't clear.
Tasaya doesn't say anything, it just kind of nods.
Mhm.
Understandingly.
Yeah. Let's get off this rock city and then we'll reconvene. And
Wave
I
looks
don't
at
know.
everybody with Puss in Boots eyes.
So full please everybody just get along stare happening. And Drake, your combination bomb / travel cart is completed and ready to go. And I believe you're muted.
I don't know what the hell's been going on with this group. I don't know what the hell's been happening. I've just been sciencing over here in the corner. So
yeah,
like he just comes back.
Okay, we're all ready. I know it took a bit of time. Sorry about that. You kind of all look kind of aggravated, and that's my fault. I apologize. Shall we try to get off this rock? Try to get you off this rock. I can go anywhere I want. Okay.
Yeah, Atlas is like waiting for command. They've almost gone like pure neutral now. It's like the person who gives them the go ahead. Because in Atlas's mind, it's like, I'm a robot. You're just flesh bags. You don't exist to me. I don't care about you. I care about this one here, and is waiting for Domino to be like, we're fine. Let's go. And then Atlas will be like, okay.
Do you think Domino would catch that?
Yeah, they've been together long enough. I think we've almost been in this position before, but it was very different because I think it ended in a firefight.
Yeah. Then in that case, Domino's like, I don't fucking know what she's either gonna or she not, but I don't want to die on this rock. So let's go and I'll have it out when we land.
The minigun on his arm that was like slowly, like just like passively spinning, so the wind up wouldn't take as long and that it could like firing. Slows down and then and stops. Acknowledged.
But yeah, I wouldn't fire And like,
has no idea what's happened, has no idea what's happening, but sees the spinning barrel and stopping.
that's good. We don't want to fire any kind of ammunition around this. It's a big old. Don't do that. Big old mistake if we do that. So let's not fire around the dust.
GM, can I listen with my nanosites that I let go with the other guys?
Yeah, the
see,
3 that you
like, what
left
they're
on the
doing?
cart.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I also have, I know we're super late in the game to establish character quirks, but does Atlas ever just spin the barrels like a fidget toy while waiting for Domino to do something?
Atlas experiences no emotion outside of Domino. Outside of Domino, they are a large hunk of metal waiting to kill something. I don't think there's any emotion behind this
Okay.
fucking TV screen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So listening.
And weirdly, Atlas's one emotion is love. You wouldn't think it, but it is. But they experience that with one person.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Pwned.
So listening in through your nanosites on the other cart, you hear sporadic gunfire and the sounds of hasty typing into a keyboard as somebody's like, no, this is no, we got another one. We got another cart. Let's get it. Let's go. And it is an unfamiliar voice.
Guys, I don't know if we've been double crossed or what. There is another voice with another cart with those guys from before, and they're leaving. I don't know if I don't know if you want to call them because you got their number or they got your number or whatever. I don't know, but hey, you guys, you can come back now. Come back now. We're also gonna leave. Yeah, there's somebody else there. They have another cart. It's unclear what to do next. Just I thought I would tell you. Yep. Their face is still like a mix of like trying to be helpful, but also terrified that this is not going to work out and everyone is going to leave them alone. So they're just like,
well, Wave, you do get something rather helpful as your nanosites return to you. They are technology. They are designed to return to you in the most efficient way possible. And although you know you have the map of the ship, you can trace the path that the nanosites take to cut 10 minutes off your time to the exit.
yeah, I show everyone that information. Like I try to draw like a little doodle. Or like I take the map and I just like draw a little like on the map so
Okay.
people know.
Does this shortcut come across the like sniper's alley that we saw? Like will the sniper be able to get us if we go down this path, the shortcut?
It does cross the sniper's alley, but it does not lead you directly down it.
Okay.
And here I thought we were going to have to go through another portal roulette. Fine.
It's always an option.
I do not want to be a horse again.
Well, based on how I've lived my many lives, becoming the same thing twice is rare. So
I like being me. I don't want to be anything else.
well, technically, you are you when you cross over. You're just a version of you that's in that universe. So it's
True.
technically you.
True. And I am the chip, so ultimately it does not matter what body it inhabits. I've inhabited many.
So just think of it like just
Yes.
transferring chips, just transferring over and over again.
Put it away, Domino, for fuck's sake.
shall we cut some time and get on out of here?
Let's go.
Let us.
If you want to talk to them, you can text them. You have my phone, so go for it.
Hey, why do they have your phone? Why do they have your phone?
I think Desire. Oh, sorry.
No, you say, because I'm just gonna take the phone out and text.
Saya wouldn't say anything. I think she opened her mouth and then just not say anything.
Okay. Then I'll text whoever our friends are, and I'll just be like, you know, we're gonna leave. You good? Question mark.
Okay. Just for clarification, you are texting the group from last night, not the person who has texted to Saya about
No.
the bounty.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just double checking so that I make sure I'm on the right notes here.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a few seconds and you get a text back. All clear. Return main hall. Sniper holding in nest down East Hall, lane 3.
Maybe we could find a way to get a jump on them.
I think that might be, I don't know, a little portal roulette. I don't know. Can't really shoot us if we're not technically there.
I have no opinion. Would anyone else like to go through the roulette of portals?
You got a few opinions. Don't tell you so short.
I have no opinion on this specific matter.
Okay.
Domino. Can you make a sense motive check for me, please?
Ooh.
I guess.
I was gonna say that was so direct for that little guy. There's no fucking way.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be. Oh, well, it's gonna be fine. An 18.
Okay. Yeah, and it's exactly as Serenity said. That's a very direct conversation for somebody whose main path of getting out of trouble was we belong here.
Sure. All right. I mean, look, everybody, the dweebs have been compromised. So I think we just leave. Frankly, and we get out of here. On the nearest promising exit. If we see them, we grab them. If we don't, we don't. How about we just get out of here?
Domino, could I look at the device that you have acquired?
Ah, yeah, of course, babe. And I pass it over to you.
I want to look through, kind of jack into the phone's matrix for a bit.
Okay.
We know the names of this other team, right? The sniper and this gang. We know their names, do we?
Yes. So you are
The list of people who have also taken a contract to hunt us.
only one of them has. The Isoki is on the list of people who is currently employed to hunt you.
The sniper has our names to collect the bounty. If we kill him, we can leave. If we leave without, they could follow us. And I'm sure Drake would be happy at some portal roulette.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with that. Let's do it.
All right. So portal roulette. And then, of course, Atlas jacking into the device. You gain a very special piece of information. Tisaya, who is your contact and who do they work for?
I imagine they're connected to the people that initially brought them back. I didn't. If you're thinking like a name, I have no idea.
That's fine.
Survives.
So it could be an entire series of this is my name, but it's not really my name because that's the criminal lifestyle. But you do see a tracing of records of all of the jobs that Tisaya has taken. And the minimal payout that she has received from those jobs, despite the hefty sum offered, always more than half of the money is shunted off to an unmarked account.
Can I assume that this unmarked account is the person who put the hit out originally on us? Oh wait, no, because it was the government, wasn't it? The government did.
Yeah, and so
military engine, yeah.
So scrolling through account records, you can see where the finder's fee is paid out, the amount that Tisaya takes for themselves, and then there's always a notation of transfer this money to, and it's redacted every time.
So they take half the money and put it somewhere else.
Yep.
And keep the rest. Tisaya does.
So, and I believe Tisaya has specified that were they to claim Atlas's bounty, whatever overage would go to a separate account. Is that correct?
So they literally just get 50% of anything.
Yeah, it's like an automated direct deposit, but with an unknown secondary destination. Just as something that catches Atlas's eye.
For as accomplished as you are clearly not good at making deals. 50% is not a good margin.
You don't know what I'm paying for.
That's fair.
Whatever it is, it clearly is not freedom.
I think they've shut down and just turned at that. How dare you read me, you computer ass bitch.
You feel like a tug at the back of your outfit, and Wave just like looks up at you and it's like, remember, friends, family, we talk about things. I know it's soon and it's tentative, but nobody has shot you, which I think is a pretty good sign.
Yeah, I didn't shoot you. Like, notably.
Is it something we can help with? I don't have any money, but what I lack in finances, I make up for in support.
I'm not really offering to help, but I do think we should get out of here and then maybe we could talk about it and maybe we could find some resolution that doesn't involve me shooting you.
That's not a no.
That's a lot of talk about. Wait, I missed something. I feel like I missed something. Did I miss something?
they got a bounty on my beloved.
That was worth so much more than the one I had.
I was gonna say, there's only one here. That one's that shot. So this one having another bounty shouldn't really like be shocking news. Apparently,
The thing is that it seems like they keep getting new bounty information, like it keeps going up. And I think maybe they might still be considering it, considering the fact that they're looking down at their shoes and not at me and my whites of my eyes.
I mean,
So
looking at you right now, I can see why they do that. And looking over at the robot, I see why they did that too. You guys are intimidating.
yeah, I mean, probably, but like,
No, probably.
you would be dead by now, but you're not. I would like to live. I would like to get off this godforsaken rock with these, bars of rock that we stole. So, but it's up to you. I mean, we could stay here. We could sit and have a little chat. We could have therapy together, or we could live. It's up to you.
He's gonna look down at Wave and just kind of gently, like, not pry their hand off, but take it off of the outfit and go, "We'll talk when we're safe."
Okay. Again, not a no. Okay.
No, not a no.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Safety first.
Oh, we're talking about safety. Oh. Anyway, onward.
So,
If Wave looks at Atlas's face, gives a little, their CRT screen flicks to a little. It's clearly like an edited toothbrush ad where someone's like smiling and giving a thumbs up. It's that. Just at Wave.
You get the same one back. Their little like fang teeth are showing. They're like little tiny otter teeth, and they're just like really like this. You can like the way that they walk for the rest of the scene is like chest out, shoulders back, like really proud.
You did it.
Yep, feeling good.
you diplomacy the shit out of
I'm
that.
a moderator. Let's go.
That
No one's dead. Accomplished.
Accomplished. All right, let's portal walk.
All right, yeah. So portal walking. So you have 2 null space chambers packed to the brim with refined dust, as well as Drake's improvised bomb cart. So you have quite the penny in terms of loot. So are we following the nanosite path? Is Drake knocking on dimensions to see what comes out?
Yeah, I guess a mix of both. While like we follow the nanosite path, and then when we get to the junction of the sniper, we cross over so that we're not seen by the sniper as we cross through to get closer to them.
Okay.
I think that's the best course of action. That makes the most sense, at least to me.
That's totally fair. So, as you wander your way through the halls, you can hear the open gunfire of several security patrols firing their pistols, and the very singularly notable shot of the sniper rifle going off. And each time it fires, one less pistol returns fire.
That person is very good at their job.
Love a good sniper.
Who
Well,
is
they-
currently
Looking for
holding
a sniper gang.
the phone?
Oh.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
As you are wandering, the phone does continue to go off in your pocket.
I'll
Up
look
to
at
you.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
The first 2 are bounty amount updates. 3.9 up to 4.6 million.
I respond, fat chance. Give me more.
The third
Yeah.
is compatriot aboard. Seek out Isoki Yarlin. Use passcode. Corporations.
I say that out loud to everyone. Hey, what do you think this means?
Do they know?
Just you know, the name Yarlin is the Isoki sniper. And the fact that they are labeled as a compatriot means that they have accepted a competing offer for this bounty.
Do I know them or do I know of them?
You've worked with them in the past. Yarlin is pretty small for an Isoki, and his primary skill is laying down and taking out a target from half a mile away or more. Picking soldiers out of in a hallway is going to be a piece of cake. Shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, that are pretty good. That means that they're trying to get you both too. So I mean, we can either face it, and I can go, haha, they're mine, and sneak it that way, or kill them. The second choice is harder.
The second choice is harder, but you do have a passcode that would let at least you or you and your quarry in chains get close.
Personally, I'm gonna have to go for let's fucking kill him because I would like to live and I don't necessarily trust you, if that's okay.
No, that's reasonable. I think I'd be more concerned if you did. But to be honest with you, you act like that one and just point to Atlas. Can't break out of chains whenever it wants. So even if we faked it, even if I did try to bring you both aboard, not like I could really hold you down.
You think that I'm worried about you think I'm worried that it can't break out of chains? It's as soon as we get captured, and I'm saying it would be hard. I'm saying it would be fucked up, and I'm saying we'd kill a lot of people on the way. But if we got turned in by the wrong person and they caught us off guard, if they take that chip out of that, then Atlas can't break out of chains. And so then it's over. So I'm not really willing to let it get that far. I like the world in which Atlas can break out of every chain, but I'm not gonna let it get to a point where it's possible that it couldn't. So no, thank you.
You also think I'm stupid enough to just hand you over?
I don't know. Why are you taking messages about a bounty? You gonna take it? Do we need to talk about it now? I know we said we were gonna talk about it when it was safe, but
And it's about this point that Drake, you reach just the edge of the sniper hallway and find the resonance between this space and a safe space about 40 feet ahead.
Okay. Like listening to them bicker and argue about whatever the fuck they're bickering and arguing about. I just don't fucking politics of this universe are a mess. Bounty hunters just doing their job. Let the bounty hunter bounty hunt. That's what a bounty hunter does. Why are you getting mad at a bounty hunter? It's a bounty hunter. Fucking good.
Hey, I don't mean to get in the way of your confessions, but we're here and I'm ready to open some stuff. We can talk in there, but I'm honestly just like
just opens. Just opens a portal. Or shifts and changes. Paradigm shifts and changes.
All right. So as you reach through, Drake is true to their word. Stepping in, your body changes very little, taking on a sleeker metallic form. As the tunnel that you step into, you can feel a futuristic pull as you find your metal made of denser alloy, but much more fluid and functional than some of the rigid plating might have been.
For Atlas?
For
me.
For you.
Oh, for me. Oh, interesting.
It's one of those things where like you don't quite notice that your sleeve tugs a little bit until it doesn't anymore. And you're like, oh, that hinge could actually be improved.
Oh.
Is everyone going in also? All right.
I think so. Yeah.
I think oh, go ahead.
You go. You start first.
Oh, I was just gonna say Tasaya would end the conversation with talk more later. But whatever you decide to do. Not like I have the power to say anything directly back, so following you. And we'll go in.
All right.
I think Atlas takes too many beats to walk through. It's like maybe nobody aside from maybe people do notice who like are hopping in like before them. They take a bit longer, like they're calculating something and figuring something out, and then like trepidatiously walk through.
All right. So, making your way into this futuristic portion that Drake has guided you to. Tasaya, on your current path from where you left in that starship, what would you look like 1,000 years from now?
Like just more a futuristic version of
So because you are undead, there is nothing to stop you from retaining the level of apparent humanity you have as it stands right now, unless you were to invest money to do something about that.
Oh, I think with the way things are like been talking about, she would absolutely have money for investments. So I think at this point, a futuristic version of Tasaya would be Tasaya with altercations made like both antennae, and like a more like alive skin tone.
Okay.
So like those basic upgrades, and like an additional like appendages that have been like added, so like a full hand.
All right. Domino, as one of the few people here that is not as long lived, how do you maintain yourself to stay with Atlas into the future?
I was going to say, I do actually have a pitch, Dill, if you
Mm,
wanna play with me in this space.
please let me.
Atlas and Domino are no longer two different things, but they, in the course of 1,000 years, fully merged into one being, where it's like some of Domino's organic parts, but with Atlas's like hard metallic, like robotic shell, which is now like sleeker, and
Hmm.
it's all like they have just fully merged into one being, sharing a mind and movement and everything.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think
You can hop off of that.
that it's it's something that had been like a slow transformation because I was gonna die eventually, and when that became reality for us, it was just unacceptable. I think that something you inherited from me is that yes, you're sleeker, but you're a little dirtier. You're a little grungier.
Rough, way easier.
You're just
I
you're-
bleed actual blood and need to poop.
yes.
How does Domino maintain a semblance of fur in this new form? Or does he?
Look, it's upsetting, but sometimes Atlas's hull gets fuzzy. It's mold. But it's my mold. It's from me. And
Okay.
yeah, like it washes it off, but you know, that's just my impact. That's my effect on people.
Okay. All right. What if we're like a mech, but inside it's still your very old 1,000-year body that I am like
Preserving?
cryogenically like time
What,
preserving?
you just Mr. Housing it?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm not even joking with you. I didn't think Mr. House would go over like as like a reference we would understand. But it's fully like you are a very old fox that has full control of my body and limbs. But I have to like open for everyone to see that. So you do mold. There is mold on
You mold very much.
Oh,
this person.
Andre did really good art, but we could just replace Atlas with just
Mhm.
pull off
Yeah, Yes Man.
Yeah,
That was
just
a
go,
reference picture, actually, was fucking Yes Man from.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right. So since Serenity has requested, this is too romantic. Wave.
No, I help as in I love it. Please keep it romantic.
Wave.
It hurts worse. Let
As
it
you
happen.
as you move into the future, how much of Wave is left that has not been claimed by the nanocytes?
I think that Wave is down to a voice box. Like the nanocytes have comprised like an entire wave looking creature out of them. I imagine because we're in the future, they're even more refined. There might even be like a holographic projection over all of these that they kind of like all input into. So the skeleton itself is all nanocytes, but like surrounding that is like a glow that looks like wave, fully preserved. And then their voice box is within this kind of apparatus. The memories are still waves because they imparted them to their technology, like as the technology started to take her over time. So she still looks more or less the way that she did the last time that you would have seen them, but instead of being like a physically furry creature, they are like a semi-transparent hologram of Wave, and you can see their like nanocyte skeleton underneath, like just underneath their form. And I think to keep their fur, they have a little like fur jacket, like a little leather jacket with like the interior is all kind of like Brenari fur, and like a little fur collar that they wear to symbolize like who they used to be. So you see like the little glowy hands and glowy face and body and chest, and like a little suit that they wear, a little like oil slick kind of latex suit that they wear. Except the biggest difference that you would notice is that her hand and arm and her leg that you all see as nanocytes is just a regular arm and leg, because the whole inside of them is now nanocyte.
Cool.
That is upsetting. Don't like that, actually.
Well, I mean, you can still see, like, if you look hard enough, or if you're in like direct light,
Oh,
and the light disrupts, like the whole thing.
Just a big old skeleton in there. This is
Yeah.
skeleton just chilling at the bit.
Yeah, super creepy, but also very friendly and just wants to help out and be a good little guy.
Mhm.
I love the early 2000s.
I think looking at all of them as they shifted.
Guess that's what 1,000 years in the future does for all of you. Possibly. If we all stay alive and don't shoot each other.
That's fair.
How we feeling?
Great.
That's one. That's good. That's a good.
I kind of wonder if I can turn into all of you now.
Oh, well, you can't turn into me, technically. I'm one of a kind. Fortunately?
They like think really, really hard. Like you see like the hologram like squeeze its face really hard with the little eyes closed. And when they open them back up again, it's just your helmet.
Ah! Touche.
What about this? I can't be you, obviously. You're yourself.
Yes,
but,
I am.
you know, I could be one of these. And I feel like they just like shift their nanocytes like into a different frame. There's only so many of them. Like I don't think that Wave can like turn into like a huge giant creature.
It's just a
Right,
wave-sized
you can't, like, be, like-
atlas.
Yeah. I think she just cycles through everybody and does like a little like, this is great.
You could like turn into Atlas, but a tiny one, like a small little
predictable Atlas.
Yeah.
Claptrap of an Atlas.
I am Atlas. I only love Domino.
Very good.
Yeah.
Atlas at the minute looks like a Gundam in my mind.
Which one?
Yes.
I don't know them. The
Oh.
guy.
The
one
classic.
guy, the
Gundam.
one. The one that's the big in. They have it in
The
real
main
life.
one, you know.
The main one from like
The
and
main one.
I will nerd out about this, so I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
going.
The one that's stationed in Japan right now, or decommissioned, just got decommissioned right now.
That sucks.
That's fair.
That's brutal. That should be like the 9th wonder of the world. I hate the fact that they decommissioned that Gundam. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
I don't think that Atlas has a voice box anymore. I think they can speak into Domino's mind, and Domino can relay information, but Domino has full control of like voice and the speaking out loud.
okay.
Yeah, I kind of noticed one of you disappeared into the other one when you walk through, so I'm just trying to figure out which one is which.
It might be a yes. And one important thing that registers to you, Drake, and you're briefly thankful for the fact that your friends do change when they travel with you. There is no oxygen in the space that you're in.
Oh.
Whatever has happened that led to this timeline, you are in a torn off corridor of the existing asteroid.
It's like you realize he's talking. He's like, wait a minute. I can't breathe. Wait. I don't breathe. Wait a minute.
Now,
Oh.
technically, I can't imagine Wave breathes either now. And Tasaya is dead, so we're all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that-
everybody's fine.
You guys,
I feel like I feel like there is a moment where, like, you know, because like I feel like Tasaya would notice quicker than most. There's no oxygen, and the stupid little liar guy that he is just like starts like doing that until someone worries and goes, "I'm just kidding."
Oh. Point and laugh.
Well, this future is a dystopia. That's a sign.
I don't know if this future is a dystopia. There is no like voice filter on this future one since it's being like beamed directly into Domino's mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if this future is a dystopia or if this station was just abandoned.
Nah. I mean, it seems fine. Safe. At least.
I was thinking about safety before we stepped through these portals.
Mm-hmm.
Since it is just us two in here, there is safety in the many realms that Drake can make, where the two of us could just live.
Yeah. I suppose. But like, I guess, you know, what do we steal? You know? Who are we running from? Could change every day. Could be a new threat every day. And you know, instead of the ones we know. A
But
little
what if there
scary.
wasn't a threat? What if it was just us? I know you like the adventure, but I also like your smile. And sometimes you do go without it for many weeks because we are on the run and threat is at our doorstep. What if it wasn't?
I don't like the threat necessarily. I don't know anything else. I'm supposed to run. I mean, I that's what I got legs for. But
I know
know,
many things. If we find a place, you wouldn't have to do anything. I would provide. I would find work and build something. I can
all right.
finish 1,000. I can finish 1,000 very, very complex equations in a matter of minutes.
So I can build a shed.
If you
Yeah.
want to build a shed, we could stay at home and look after the cat. I don't know what you'd like.
I think the cat.
I don't.
All right. I look.
Cats.
Let me tell you something right now. All I want is to be better at fucking words. Do you know what? I would like to tell you something. Are we safe for a minute? Do we have a minute?
I mean, oh, do you say that out loud to everyone else?
Yeah. Are we good for a second? I like out of nowhere. I'm like, can I have a goddamn minute, please? Even though no one could hear anything that I was saying previously.
Christian, you're muted.
You're muted, Christian.
I feel like you've been involuntarily like acting like you're
I've been
talking.
gesticulating, yeah.
You've been like doing this motion, like you've been switching sides.
Yeah.
Used to the high tech body, yeah.
In the high tech body. So I feel like we've picked up you're having a conversation in your own mind. And they just go.
I mean, it shouldn't take us too long to get through where we're going. If you need a sec to yourself, I mean, it was enjoyable watching pantomime. That it's always interesting to see what kind of conversations people have after they transform into whatever they transform into. So I like to give my companions their moment to do that. So it just takes a little bit more out of me, but I'll make sure you guys have some time to walk and talk.
Thanks.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna.
So then back in our head, I just look. I have never I never been, I've never been good with the words, right? Like, you got like whole dictionaries upon dictionaries and shit in your head, and me, I dropped out of school before I learned how to make sandwiches. And sandwiches became my major, and my minor concentration, second major. You know how I feel about sandwiches. And so I feel like I never know, like what to say. Like when I'm trying to say how I feel about you. And it feels feels real infantilizing, right? It feels shitty, it feels stupid. But
We have binaried the pair of us. In the prime timeline, my code is burnt on your back and your blood is used to pump my circuits. I think we are over words. And I think we're there. I think you can admit feelings.
It's not look, you know how I feel. You know I felt this way forever, but I would like to say it in a way. That's all. I'm just saying that love, I don't have all the fancy words because I didn't go to the fancy schools and I didn't have 1,000 computer chips uploaded into my brain. So I don't know all the right words to say, but I do know that love is kind of not the right word because I love sandwiches. And I feel something so much bigger than that for you. So, and I don't know what the fucking fancy schmancy word that's bigger than love, that's bigger than sandwiches. But I know that when I find it, that's the word I'm going to use. Anyway, my answer is yes. Let's run away to the realms.
We shall ask Drake after we take care of the sniper in this realm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In the other realm, should I say?
Yeah.
Previous realm.
We should do that.
Also, in case you needed it, you are correct. I am filled with over 4,000 different languages of dictionaries of different languages.
Yeah.
And Webster's dictionary defines love as strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties. And you are correct. I do feel more than that quite simple definition.
Yeah, that's
believe-
kind of crummy. That's like real pedestrian, you know?
Very clinical.
Yeah.
Very clinical.
Goofy.
Plus 5 points for the sandwich pun.
I will say that although you do not think that you are accomplished with words, you are definitely accomplished with actions. For the first act that you did after we met was you built me. You created a body for me to inhabit. And you cared and agonized over every specific bolt so that I would function not to help you, but I could function for myself. And upon looking on this body, your actions continue, and you continue to build and create me, even 1,000 years into the future, when all oxygen has left the atmosphere.
I have therapy tomorrow, and I'm gonna fucking cry about this. This is amazing.
Well, then I build you again. If I had to.
And if it became necessary, I would hold you inside of my body, protecting you from all that would cause you any form of harm.
That sounds pretty cozy. You got sandwiches in there?
I will learn how to make sandwiches. Feel like Paddington over here having to make sandwiches.
To teach this gruff prisoner how to love. This prison guard.
What a great series of movies. I
That's-
think because that was in our mind, that conversation took about 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
It was just like
That processing power is crazy.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
1,000 years into the future, whilst I'm already a fully autonomous robot. Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that processing power is crazy.
So, unlike the past, this is a very short walk. You can see your destination just on the other side of the same hall you were standing in before you stepped into the future.
Hmm.
Is everyone prepared to move back to the ship?
I think there's a moment of like resignation about going back.
Mhm.
They've been just like taking a card and like how they used to be able to like flip the card through their fingers, and as they remember how to use it, are going faster. But also watching like watching the fact that Atlas and Domino became one person and like one entity makes this really tough. So I think they'll exit last when we all leave.
Okay. So, stepping out, Drake, you see your body step into the past, into the hallway where you came from. And don't feel the normal change that you would as you leave the hinges in place. You know how to fix it, why not make it better?
Mm.
Wave. You go from infinite possibilities. You can be any of your friends at any time. But moving into the past, you are you. And all I can think of is that saying, you are you, and there is nobody more you than you. You feel at home. like a warm hug, and notice that your nanocytes have retreated a bit. What was your right arm, you can see, is now just your hand, as you have reclaimed some of who you are from technology.
Ugh. I'm gonna miss you guys, but also, we won't want to murder people as much. So maybe it's working out. This is good.
Atlas and Domino. As you move into the past, how do you let go of one another to separate?
Can I suggest something
You
that's a
do-
little meta and weird? I say that in part we don't. I say that I leave a little bit of myself in Atlas as we separate, and I think that that is something that reverberates into the past. I think that I leave like the just like me trying to separate. There is a part of Domino that grabs on and touches the chip that is the core of Atlas and just leaves like the tiniest little fingerprint there and leaves it behind in separating. And I think that that is what is left behind.
Okay. Desire. Watching everyone step through, you see Domino and Atlas separate into their own beings, but can see a thread between them. Very strong, very durable, but certainly not there. As you see it extend to Drake and to Wave, and through the door to you. And as you step back in, it takes you a minute as you're flipping the card through your hand to realize that you're still flipping the card through your hand as you walk out, and can see your right hand restored.
I think she purposely stays as far away from the group as possible. And then we'll turn around to just kind of like look at a wall, like look away as she's like tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a deep breath. Looks at the hand, kind of wiggle everything, flip it off, make sure it all works. And then stuff it into her pocket to keep kind of fiddling, but not show the connection that everyone else visibly has with everyone else. And then we'll just kind of rejoin.
As you are all rejoined back in this hallway, you do find yourself on the other side as you hear an announcement come over the PA. Dear Atlas, we require your attendance at the docking bay. Your organic companions may find this information distressing. However, should you present yourself, perhaps we can reach an arrangement. And you hear the sniper rifle go off, shooting one of the speakers.
I can assume that the person who was just over the intercom is the sniper, right?
No.
Oh,
So,
fascinating.
from your knowledge of the party that awaits you, the voice over the intercom is the android Kai.
Yeah.
And it appears there may be a light disagreement amongst the party.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's good. Okay. Um, the Gatling gun starts whirring again. Atlas looks to wave.
The nanosites in your arm, they have receded. Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess in the future something weird happened and I decided I was supposed to be more of me. But it's okay because I can, we're still talking, so it must still be good. And we can still kill people together if you want to. When you're feeling squirrely.
Possibly. I will keep it in mind. Desire.
Friends,
Sure.
Atlas is immediately acting slightly more organic. In the separation, is also now just more aware of emotions in general.
Desire. Do you intend to fulfill your contract?
How close are you? How close are you and Domino standing next to one another?
I'm pretty close. They're married.
Yeah.
I was going to say, as you're looking at Atlas and Domino, they seem to be in pretty consistent some form of contact.
Yeah, I'd say we're literally like within the same 5-foot square.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking battle.
Oh, you're in the honeymoon stages. Ew.
Never left it, baby.
They'll walk over and they'll pull their hand out and show which is back, which I don't think they grew back or anything. I think it's advanced, like an advanced
It is advanced tech, and as you're actually looking at it now, you can see that the plating on your fingers matches one finger, your pointer finger, matches Drake's armor, and your middle finger matches Atlas's exterior plating.
I think they're mid sentence and then they see that. And then they're going to reach out tentatively to the middle junction between your arms or just something where you're touching. And the pointer finger will gently, now touching something else for the first time in years, will gently, if allowed, will touch onto Domino. And then the finger matching Atlas will kind of touch on Atlas and just sit like this for a second. Almost like the red string that was connected to all of them twists from each of them around the fingers. No. No. I can't.
For my survival, that is a good decision.
Now's not the time, but I'm so I'm sorry.
Webster's dictionary defines apology as an expression of regret. You do not need to use words to say it. I understand.
He'll smirk. And then look to Domino, and we'll of course like step away, give you 2 years space, and go.
Christian, you were muted. Just checking.
He'll step away and go. You can keep the phone though, to do whatever. Just don't look at the pictures.
You will receive your communication device shortly, I am sure.
Doesn't really matter. The only people I talked to cared about you two. In the worst ways. So and you're starting to realize they're talking a bit more consistently in a lower register that seems more natural and not pushing. But we'll bounce back and go, all right, let's go.
Drake, that was a good job with the portal. How far away are we now from the dock?
That's where they said they were, right? Over the speakers, the dock?
Yep.
Yeah.
How far away are we from the dock?
You said like 20, you said 20 to 40 feet, right? Or was it?
Yeah, you're about 40 feet. Like if you round the corner, you'll be able to see the dock, and you know that you're approaching from the sniper's left side.
Gotcha. Guys peek a little bit.
I mean, we're at the flank, so I'd say if I had to. No, there's no tongue.
Oh, there's no tongue. There's no like. It's just like a.
Give or take about 40 feet at their left flank.
Then we should away.
Do we want to try to ambush them, or we want to just go? Well, I wouldn't go guns blazing again.
Oh, I wouldn't go guns blazing because again, explosive.
Very explosive.
Very, very explosive. So we may want to be a little hush.
I am happy to meet them where they want. We have the explosive in the back pocket, in case.
Quite the back pocket. I'm gonna say this right now. I got a little stir crazy. I don't like being trapped and threatened. I'm a very mousy individual. Well, I was a mouse once. Yosoki builds are kind of off and on for me, but that's just besides the point. We're getting off tangent.
Onward. So this is the final hallway. As you make your way towards this waiting party, Kai has requested to converse with Atlas, and Yarlin has made it pretty plain that he is not interested in a discussion. So I would like to have everybody roll initiative
Oh, damn.
to start things off. You can hear a discussion between an android the android from the intercom, and a smaller, very fast-paced voice. It's like, I didn't drink energy drinks and load up my gun with this. I know I got 6 racks. We're ready to go. And you just hear the crack of a can as someone chugs down an energy drink. We are so ready for this.
We're just about to kill them. Don't humanize them.
They have to humanize the bad guys. It can't just all be numbers.
That's fair, yeah. So, Atlas, how are you responding to this?
I think Atlas looks at everyone for like permission to walk out.
You just have to be really careful. You have family now. Don't forget.
Acknowledged. We will be careful.
And I'm gonna
So, stepping out, you can see the android standing next to a Brenari, while the Acephalum body lays on the floor, and the Isoki is sidled up next to his gun. And the android waves and is like, I believe we have had enough strife and loss, and gestures to the Cephalum. Do you wish confrontation?
You will keep hunting us, correct?
You see a brief flutter of green lights across the visor that represents their eyes. I believe Yarlin's calculations will continually lead him along your path. We can prevent him as much as possible.
We do not need for this to come to blows. And I recommend against any shots being fired. For I am a machine of war, and it is integral for your survival for you to turn and leave. Not complying will result in all of your deaths.
Damn. All right, Drake. So you hear Atlas affirm that not complying will result in everyone's deaths. What are you doing?
As they say that, Drake is gonna look at the pile of dust that he sabotaged and go, you know what? I feel like the station needs a little bit of
This station needs a little bit of fresh air, you know.
And I'm going to use a paradigm shift to cause a gust of wind to blow the dust towards their direction, essentially making a nice flower cover of, well, if you shoot this, that'll be the last thing you see. And it's the fresh air of what this planet used to be.
Okay. So stepping up and calling forth the fresh air, it's like full cowboy walks into a saloon and the dust blows in, marking your path ahead. Fully covering the back of the sniper and the feet of the android that stand in front of you.
Why don't we all be as nonviolent as possible? We will all get out of here just fine. I mean, unless your calculations can avert you from, well, blowing yourselves sky high, never to be seen again. And I'm sure those calculations can do something. You seem the type to think a lot. So think real hard about what you want to do next. And this isn't a threat, it's a promise. I promise you, you won't exist anymore.
Wave. With a promise of banishment from existence from one of your companions. How are you approaching the situation in the hallway?
Wave is noticeably upset. Does kind of a back and forth thing on their feet. I just want to stay with people who get me. If I get banished, am I banished with them or by myself?
Are you asking me? I'm only going to banish the people who are opposing us. Technically, an explosion of highly volatile chemicals will banish them, but it's sent by me, so technically it is me. You're not in that grouping.
Oh. Okay. I think Wave just forms their little leg into a little hatchet thing and goes into a power stance. Yeah, you're gonna get banished, and stares them down.
Okay.
And tries to look as tough as possible. Which probably is not very tough considering that they were confused moments ago, but they are trying.
So, weapons at the ready. Axe foot at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Domino, how are you approaching the situation in the hallway?
Confidently. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna shoot my way out.
Oh, you're starting it? You're kicking it off?
Yeah.
All right. Who are you aiming at?
Who is there?
So there is the Ahsoki sniper laying on the ground with his gun.
Yeah.
There is the Cephaloom that appears to be dead next to him.
Well, sure. So not them.
The android that is standing up, and there is a small Brinari kind of peeking around the android.
And the sniper, we're pretty sure, is the sniper that's been antagonizing. Yes. Yeah.
So
I
sniper
guess
is
I'll
definitely
start,
the one that has the.
I guess I'll start
Yep.
with the sniper.
Yeah, they're all covered in some semblance of the dust as well. So if you shoot them, shit will explode.
Great.
That is accurate.
Sniper.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. And we'll say, since you have surprise, because it has started off diplomatic, you can go ahead and roll twice and let me know what the higher is.
Great. That is a unnatural.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage for me while I roll some damage here.
That'll be 11.
All right. So, leaning around the corner, you take in the group that sits in front of you and see this dust-covered sniper laying on the ground. And all you can picture is that gun pointed at Atlas as you fire a round into his back. And see the dust ignite around your bullet's impact point.
Mm-hmm.
As the bullet bludgeons in, because the dust is non-Newtonian, it sparks, and that small impact point becomes a tiny explosion that spreads fire all along the back of this tiny mouse man. And you can hear the squeal of pain as this Isoki just picks up the rifle. And it's like, oh, that's it. We're doing it. And that's going to start us on combat. So, Atlas, Drake, and Wave, because you have all moved into the space, is there an action you would like to take before we continue in turn order?
Is there a find cover option? Because that was
You can duck back down the hallway.
I tell you what. I
What?
actually have something that could make cover for us. That could be fun.
Hmm.
Do it.
Now, this is shenanigans. But I would like to cast Hover Disc, but instead of being a flat thing that carries things, I want it to be a vertical thing that is a wall.
Okay. Surfaces don't particularly matter to Atlas, so are you keeping it so it's like the hover disc traditionally floats X amount of feet off the ground? So is it going to float?
It is able to hover up to 3 feet above the ground and is 3 foot in diameter. But I would kind of like it to just cover Drake, because is Drake the only one who walked into the room?
I walked like right beside you, I guess.
Yeah, so Drake, Atlas, and Wave are currently in the space, and Domino is around the corner, pistol in hand.
I'd like to I think Atlas just shoots up the. Actually, you know what? No, for flavor, Atlas's arm into a small shield thing.
Yeah.
In front of Wave and Drake. As gunfire starts happening.
All right, so projector plate in place.
I'm fine to not be in it, but as long as Wave and Drake are protected by the hover disc.
Okay.
If I'm given a standard action, I have a spell I'd like to cast.
All right, go for it.
I don't know how far are they all from us, would you say?
They're about 15 feet from you and within 5 to 10 feet of each other, depending on who.
Okay, cool. And that's like if I cone bursted, I'd catch them all.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd see Drake go, okay, so I guess we're doing this. Okay. And he shakes his hands, and as he shakes his hands, his palms each glow like a dark black hole purple and a almost blinding white as he just scrapes them both together and creates a force blast of gravity that in a cone, a 30-foot cone.
All right. So as you release this wave of energy, you see it impact the android, but not terribly, as they appear to shake it off and get shoved back 5 feet. The Brennari and the Isoki go flying. The Isoki slams into the hallway wall as the Brennari skitters back 10 feet. Both pretty heavily damaged. And for this brief moment, Yarlin is out of touch with his sniper rifle.
Nice, get his ass.
Cool. took someone out the fight, and are they on fire still? Or are they?
Yes, he is actively on fire.
Oof,
this guy.
Oh, buddy. No, that's my standard action. So that's me.
So
All
who's
right.
left standing?
It's so
Just
they
the
are all
android?
still alive. The android is the only one that is standing up still.
And they're armed with what?
They do not appear to have a weapon in hand.
So the sniper rifle is laying unattended.
Mhm.
Yes, the sniper rifle is laying unattended in the hallway.
I have a question.
I might have an
An
answer.
additional question. I have in my inventory a weapon accessory. Am I allowed to use my nanosights to equip it to someone else's weapon?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay,
absolutely.
So I send my nanosights with my inertial dampener, and I pop it on the unattended sniper rifle, just in case he does get back to it. The inertial dampener allows lethal weapons to be used in non-lethal ways.
Okay.
So I just pop it onto the device to hopefully, unless he deactivates it, it will make all of his shots that come out of that weapon non-lethal.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's huge.
That's hefty.
So that's what Wave does to prepare. They just send like 2 or 3 of their little guys to go do that, and they kind of maintain their like little hatchet leg, like their blade, their vibra blade leg. For a second, they consider shifting into like a gun, but they kind of like look at their arm and their hand, and for a second have this like look of kind of like wistful sadness as they realize that like it would have been way more ideal to have their foot back than their hand.
Wave casts gun. All right, and you see the android, especially for you, Atlas, going through very familiar
Christian, you are muted.
motions.
I'm talking to this fly. I want it dead. I want it.
I was wondering if it was still about the fly. I was like, no, I don't think he's talking to us.
I want you dead. I want your
think-
family dead. I want your friends dead. I want them gone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Christian says, "End the bloodline."
Oh.
All right, so Atlas, you see the android going through motions on a small data pad that floats in the air in front of them as they're clicking through a variety of circuits and fling something towards the sniper rifle that you recognize as a misfire mark.
Oh. So they are helping us.
Yes.
Or rather having it so that we don't die. Dang, I was so close to killing these guys. All right.
But continuing in initiative, Yarlin immediately scrambles back to the sniper rifle, ignoring the fact that he's on fire, and hoists it and points right at Atlas's main screen, and you just hear the as the gun does indeed misfire.
Oh yeah.
Tasaya, it's your turn.
Okay, so we see 3 people, right?
There are 3 people, and you have confirmed now that the Cephaloom, unfortunately, has been defeated.
Oh no. Okay.
Damn.
I'd like to try to get within 20 feet of my dear old sniper friend.
Okay.
And I want to huck an anti-gravity grenade at him.
Okay. So go ahead and make your throw attack here.
12 plus. I don't know math. Please help. Thrown?
Yep.
Okay. 15.
15. All right. So you see this grenade arc through the air just as you hear the clang of an empty cartridge ejected from the sniper rifle and tipped up, and you hear the ping as the grenade pings off the tip of the barrel, echoing down the hallway.
I think that's my main standard.
Okay.
The normal action.
Yeah, that's your standard.
Okay. I don't think I have anything I can do otherwise.
All right. So, as the grenade bounds down the hallway, the little Brenary gets up on the other side of the room and is like, can't we just, everything could be a conversation. It could be real nice. And I don't have to, I know 37 different prayer rites, and I'd really rather not recite any more today. As she holds up a janitor's keychain worth of holy symbols and starts flipping through looking for one.
Damn, that's good.
Just that scene from The Mummy. Where he's fucking flipped through all the ideologies.
Yep.
Fucking
So
Betty.
good.
Fucking Betty.
That's good stuff.
Finally settling on one. You see her turn towards the Isoki and douse the flames that are keeping her companion burning.
Don't do that.
And that brings us back to Atlas.
Can I intimidate as a free action? By that, so they have pointed the gun at my screen, right?
Yes.
Since I have touched the phone that has all of the essentially the network of bounties on it, I want to do something stupid. The CRT monitor flicks on, or rather flicks to the list of every single bounty. What's this guy's name?
Yarlin.
And at the bottom, one new bounty pops up, and it's for it's like Atlas's bounty is on the page, and it's for the 4 million or whatever it's for. Yarlin's name pops up on a new bounty list, but the credit payout is for one single credit, and a little tick appears next to it, and it says accepted by Atlas. And then I'm going to shoot everything I have at this point.
Okay. God damn.
Did you just set up your own bounty and then accept your own bounty?
I set up I watched him that my life is worth 4 million credits. His is worth 1, and I will give it to myself. I will pay myself to kill this man. His life is worth nothing. Okay, I'm seeing how much no two of which can have their centers more than 30 feet apart. Cool. I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna cast Trifold Explosion at 2nd level. Oh shit, no, never mind. That's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna do Tripod Beam as my Gatling gun, and I'm gonna fire it into him. I'm gonna hit him with all 3 beams.
Okay. Atlas, what does it look like when you completely erase this Isoki from existence?
It's literally that. Unfortunately, there's no... you know what? There is class to it, because I showed him that his life is worth 1 single credit that I will pay to myself. His eyes widen in horror that this is what everything that he's done in his life has led to, is this exact moment, as I accept the bounty for 1 credit, and my Gatling gun speeds up and it just wipes him completely away. He becomes he becomes like ribbons. He is. It looks like he's been spaghettified through a black hole. He's just spread across the room.
Jesus.
All right. And as you let loose and Yarlin is torn to shreds, you see little fireworks going off from dust that hadn't ignited yet on his clothing.
Ew.
Before you hear, ding, new deposit, 1 credit.
1 credit, and then also I get a notification like money taken out of the bank account. 1 credit.
Yep. As the android just looks at you and looks to the pile that was their companion. I see. Perhaps I was the one to receive distressing news today. Could I bid you adieu?
It is integral for your survival.
And you see the android just pick up the Brenari and push the Cephalum until they are making their way down the hall. Deeper into the space station, but away from whatever the fuck is happening at the docking bay right now.
Ooh.
Atlas turns to everyone else.
We have successfully completed a bounty.
Sick.
It's a dollar. single dollar.
$1.
And then there's like a face on Atlas's screen.
I should have had it for 13 credits so that I could have bought you a sandwich. I did not think of this. I was too preoccupied with making him feel the horror of death than I did for buying you a sandwich. I apologize.
You know, here's the thing. You're never selfish. It's nice to see you selfish for once. I'm really glad to see you indulge, you know? I never know what to get you. It's not like I can get you a foot massager or whatever, so it's nice. You did what you gotta do.
Good.
You did. And you see 2 ships waiting. One that Tisaya arrived on. And Atlas and Domino's ship waiting in the docking bay. As it hits you that you could all go your separate ways right now.
As I start to head on to our ship, I turn back to Tisaya and I'm like, I still have your phone. I hope you're coming. You have an explanation, I assume, and I would like to hear it. Everybody, daiquiris, let's get on board.
I think Tisaya will like laugh and go, yeah, it's not gonna be a good explanation. It's gonna be damn worse over a daiquiri. But we'll try. And
what I call a daiquiri is pretty loose.
Is it just alcohol with 1 strawberry in it?
You think I got fresh strawberries? What do you think? I'm rich? What do you think?
I mean, technically you are.
You think I got a garden on board?
I mean, technically you can.
So, speaking of being rich,
Good. Oh, see, we might be halfway to our way to free daiquiris.
Atlas, you've been to the past and you've been to the future. And you were handed a device containing the bank account information, including transfer ins from one of the largest black market bounty hunting groups ever. You at one time made a joke that Domino couldn't buy you an asteroid, but now you can buy one for him. Or, sandwiches, because that's what's important here.
That was just because they've turned into Joey from Friends. I don't know if they would want an asteroid. But see, we talked about running away through a portal to a completely different dimension where we're just us.
You can absolutely do that. At this moment, Atlas has access to unimaginable wealth. As you board the ship, assuming everyone boards, Josiah, you're handed back your phone and receive a new message. Bounty canceled. Threat level. And it's just a blank message that is like 3 screen scrolls long. Followed by call for job details. Promotion? ?
I am gonna call, but not for a job. So I'm going to call, but real quick, because our little otter guy gets so anxious. I think there'll just be a hand on Wave's shoulder and just like a small squeeze of like, it's okay, like don't worry about it, and just waiting for them to answer.
Okay. It's real quick. You don't even get into the first ring in your ear before it's picked up. You in? Big job?
Big job. What kind of big job?
Well, it's a problem. We had 17 whole crews decimated going after Atlas, and it doesn't seem like they're the ones that ended everything. We're looking for new management, new workers. Gotta build up the brand again.
I'm gonna need a little incentive. Why don't you
You feel
No.
your phone vibrate with a $2 million deposit.
That's good. That's a good start. Got any memories in there?
You hear a heavy sigh, and the call disconnects as a message comes through with coordinates that just say your unit.
Like her old unit, or like where she normally lives?
Where your memories are being stored.
I have a bit of a favor to ask before we go do anything else. I told you I'd explain. There are no daiquiris, but I don't think we can make daiquiris quick enough before we talk about this. I don't remember much, like at all, from whatever. Part of the reason my voice does this is because I'm trying to figure it out, and my brain just keeps trying to connect and grab onto something. I think my memories are here. After that, I am all yours.
Drake, you board the ship with your compatriots and pull out the compass. It's guided you so far and through so many lifetimes. It's always had a path forward. It's always pointed towards something, even if it takes a few minutes to get there. And you pace a little bit as you see the compass pointing towards you. And as you walk the ship, it continually points towards you. And you have this sense of calm as it begins to flicker. And you see it beat out in binary. Freedom. You can shift where you would like to go. You can move to the next life if you so choose. You don't need a guide to tell you where you belong. At least not now.
Usually it's just one and done, but apparently I can help one more time. Cool. When I get bored, I can just move on. That's perfect.
You're gonna get bored?
Oh, I get bored all the time.
Wave. I know doing something like this may make your nano boys go a little crazy. Because I fully expect to walk into these coordinates and walk out with specifically what we want and a stark lack of breathing from anyone else from there. So if you're up for it, I think I'd like my family to go with me to do this.
Wave. The sense of joy that accompanies Tisaya saying that they want her family to go along almost makes you homesick. And you can feel a light tug at your heart. Not sad, but almost overfull. You've hit a point where your cup is full and spilling, but it's spilling into the hands of those around you who need you. You could go home, and you're pretty sure you could make a reasonable living based on what you know is in those null chambers. So what keeps you here?
I think as much as Wave is relieved to not have the kind of constant thrumming of their nanocytes in the back of their mind, now that that's abated a bit, they also recognize that it very well could come back. This is something that they've kind of already accepted about themselves. And even though it's less of a problem than they thought, it's still something that makes them different and makes them a little more dangerous than they want to bring to their family. So I think she kind of just like her heart skips a little bit of a beat hearing Tisaya say that. And like their eyes just kind of dart between all of the other members of this like crew that they have found themselves within. And knowing that like they fit here and that they're accepted here, even when they were a little more bloodthirsty than perhaps they are now. And I think they just kind of like smile to themselves for a second, shake it off, and like look ready to help. I think Tisaya feels Wave's hand, like their much smaller hand, kind of wrap around your palm. You don't have fingers for them to like hold, but they still like hold your like the rest of your hand. And kind of give it like a little pat. And if you look down at them, they're just like beaming at you like, good job, buddy.
And that just leaves Domino. You're back aboard your ship. Much noisier than it was on your arrival with Atlas, as you can hear your newfound friends moving around, smudging some of your well-placed grease spots and disturbing a little bit of your dust.
That's fine.
You can almost feel where Atlas is in the ship. A strange sensation from having to look around or reach out to sit down and have a nice time in the Atlas relaxy chair.
Mm-hmm.
But now you just know. How does that knowing, how does that future pull you forward?
Yeah, it really frees up my time, you know, like I don't have to I don't have to be in the same room necessarily all the time, although I would like to be. I can just, I can be about the cabin. I can keep my eye on you know who with the sticky fingers that is now running around my house. I gotta keep an eye. It's like, look, I know you said no, you're not going after the bounty and everything, but we're still gonna keep all the guns locked up in the kitchen till I know that for sure. And I hope that one day we can have an unlocked kitchen kind of lifestyle together.
My favorite kind of polyamory.
Yeah.
Why are the guns in the kitchen?
Well, they're not usually. They're usually in the living room, but they can't be in a living room because that's where we all hang out. And so now they got to be in the kitchen because the kitchen's off limits to anyone but me and Atlas.
But I can make pastries.
Well, you can go in there. You just gotta get a pass, and a pass is a piece of wax that I have written pass on.
The
I
wax
give it
pass.
to you. Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
yes. And then you can go in the kitchen. You can do about your business. But it's only when I think you're reasonably unlikely to turn us into any sort of paying customer or authority. And so, yeah, I got a lot more time to take care of the cabin now that I always am with my favorite sandwich, Atlas. You know.
Thank you for listening to All In for Estia, a Starfinder 1E adventure. And what an adventure it has been. With the mission complete, our players are on to new adventures in the TTRPG verse, so be sure to give them a follow on social media so that you can keep up with everything that they're doing.
Thank you for listening to this
We
episode.
hope to see you
of
again
All In
for our
for
next
Estia.
adventure. See you soon.
Negative karmic fish tacos and a whole lot of truths to be revealed next time, let's see how Atlas will handle the new